With all I know, I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen, given myself the credit for how intelligent I really am.
Knowledge, the wisdom. I saw someone say, this is the new Eartha Kitt.
Older women who complain about their man chasing a younger woman, but once that younger woman chasing her, that man is staying, putting up with all your boys, and you deny him.
And my response to that is that some men are only going to date certain type of women because it's really convenient for him, because she thinks and vibrates on a lower level.
To say at 55, I don't think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me.
Wow.
Yet, with all I know, I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen,
Yeah.
Yeah. I could have given myself the credit for how intelligent I really am. I think sometimes I found myself in situations past the expiration date purely out of loneliness. I think loneliness is probably the greatest culprit to get me into things where I could have probably just looked at it and gone, I know that ain't gonna work.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But he drives a really nice car and he's, what a smile. And,
Ready.
And he's ready. And then, there you are.
Now, you heard what she said. She's older. She's dealing with loneliness. And all her life, she picked the wrong guy, right? She's admitting it. I saw other girls congratulate her for admitting it. But this goes to show something, like in certain cultures, like the Indian culture and the Muslim culture and other cultures, I'm not saying it's 100% right, but this is why society is the way it is in America right now, is they're picking their own men. And these are grown women. They're saying they're smart, but how smart are you really? Like back then, nowadays in certain cultures, they pick their man because he can provide, and not everything. He can provide a living, and that's all that matters. That's how they see things. And that's what we need to get back to as well in our society. Or we already know, by 2030, so many old and young are going to be alone, and it's starting. And who's feeling it the most? Stars like her, Cree Summer, Tracy Ellis Ross. It goes down the line. All of them lonely, single, and somewhat desperate.
And sometimes I find in long-term relationships, we don't appreciate and acknowledge that you're not the same person that you married or got together with 6 years down the line. We're constantly changing, right? So maybe the chick that let you do that and thought it was exciting realizes she don't even like it anymore. And we have to that's something I think couples don't do, is say, "Psst, let me introduce myself. I'm a different person now."
Yeah.
I was a different person after I gave birth. A totally different person. I don't think we acknowledge that.
Now, you guys heard what she just said. I'm a whole different person now, right? I changed. What is she promoting? She didn't say it directly, but she's sort of leading to divorce is okay, right? She probably most likely got divorced. I don't know. I didn't read up on the situation, but I'm sure she did. Look at the comments. Look what the first woman says. And this is why we shouldn't shame divorce or any kind of separation. We sure shouldn't. Change is constant. What's wrong with society? There's a problem when people think divorce is okay. Now, marriage till death do us part is for a reason. Till death do us part. Back in the day, people took their vows seriously. That was a vow with God, right? You know how God looks at us? For instance, we're the church. He's the husband. It's a marriage. He takes marriage so seriously. And man, I gotta say, when his marriage is being broken, he's coming soon. Straight up. Now look at this. We sure shouldn't change his content. Cree has the best voice. I'm on level Cree Summers. I'm so glad I didn't get married at 20. You see what it's creating? I'm so glad I didn't get married at 20.
Bad influence.
Women are opting out of marriage. Look what it says. We are constantly changing. As women, we are so easy to lose ourselves and our voice in relationships. And later in life, we find it so I don't know what that means. I find ourselves again. This is okay to them. She's pushing really insanity. They keep chasing these independent women and wonder why they're so lonely. They keep chasing the independent woman mindset, following independent women, following stars, following false idols, and wonder why they're single. It's crazy. Look at this.
So embarrassing to say at 55.
The
I don't
lady.
think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me. Yet. With all I know. I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could have given myself the credit for how intelligent I really am.
I will not look for you. I will not pursue you.
Even actually when you were talking in the beginning about
She has women looking at her relating. Another lady wasted her life chasing the wrong guys. Guys have been yelling it to the mountaintops. You pick better. Guys always say, you need men to pick for you. If not your father, because you don't have a father, maybe an elder man in your family needs to pick for you. But here we go.
you know, the kind of people who approach you and like, well, that's just who approaches me. I'm like, well, who do you approach?
I don't approach anybody.
Why not?
I've never done that before.
You're born alone and you die alone, and this world just drops a bunch of rules on top of you to make you forget those facts, but I never forget.
I don't think I've ever approached a man. I've never asked a man out.
Why?
I don't know now that we're talking about it. Now that I think about it, I mean, what is there to lose?
Right. Yeah. And then you get to actually be in the driver's seat and select.
And I do love the driver's seat.
That's to give yourself credit to not just that you didn't pick the right people, but you have to wait statistically for the right person to pick you.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
Yes, you're. What a lovely gift. You're so right. Maybe I'll give it a try.
You really should.
I think I should.
Your best relationship, your most erotic life is like that way.
Woo!
That's really cool.
It's very cool.
A lot of people.
Very cool.
It's way better.
I do. Now I want to try it. Oh my God, my girlfriends are just going to be like, we heard you say it on camera.
Listen, I know I need to mind my business, but have y'all been seeing these clips with Cree Summer, the Cree Summer interview? Baby, like, y'all know who Cree Summer is, Freddie from A Different World.
We know.
The knowledge, the wisdom. I saw someone say, this is the new Eartha Kitt. That interview is bust down to the ground about
New Eartha Kitt.
Honesty, about truth, about capacity, the capacity that men have and don't have, about visuals, about how she trusted her dad to the point of when she knew, like, women instinctively know when shit ain't right. We know. She instinctively would know this, but this man reassured her in such a way that she said they could drive up to the gas station. He knew he didn't have no money to pay for it, and he'd be like, let's see how we're going to pay for this gas tonight. Like, this is on some Abraham Hicks type manifesting. And I know I should be minding my business, but baby, Cree Summer, y'all better just Google it. Just Google it. The interview, the whole interview is about honesty, loving yourself. She said that because the men in her life could not live up to the standard that her soul had become accustomed to, and she didn't say those words. I'm using those words to describe what she's saying, that she lost her desire for intimacy.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
we don't care.
And as she's saying this, I'm thinking about my own life. As I look back over my life. Like, I'm thinking about my life. I'm thinking about my relationships. I'm thinking about how I never saw a woman trust a man. And so I then took that same spirit into my marriage, I'm sure. Because anything he said he was finna do, like, it's not that I didn't believe him, but some of the like, don't do that. And we always be knowing. We always be knowing. Anyway, listen to the Cree Summer interview. Just Google it. Google Cree Summer. She speaks of herself so well and in a way that is like she's not apologizing for the choices that she made. That's another thing we do, women. We always up here martyring. No, I made this choice.
So what's your plan? Get old? Die alone?
I knew better. Just watch the interview, because that's her spirit. Like, I knew I was better than those, but she did what she wanted to do. This is it. This is the tea. We have to start serving ourselves. They told you not to, ladies. They told you to save them. We got to save her. No, save yourself. Save yourself. It is right and good to save yourself. Bye.
Yeah, so more, but actually, when you think about it, right? The way things were and the way women have naturally felt entitled, and I'll be honest, you do have to wait for guys to talk to you because she said she waited for guys to talk to her. She was trapped. Seriously. She was trapped, and it wasn't by men in general. What happens with women, the fact that you can't talk to men, you're kind of ensnared. So a guy's gonna see you, say, oh, that's this girl, I'm gonna get her. Not cause her any harm. Take her money, use her for stripes, right? So she's a victim. She's been a victim her whole life. But the lady was right. She said, you haven't talked to no. That's the answer. That is the answer for a lot of women. I keep saying it. It is. Because it puts you in the driver's seat. Now, men, be very careful. Because more ladies are going to start shooting their shot. It's going to be hard. Be careful, man. Be careful.
I think the women generation of nowadays could really take notes from seasoned women, or like the women from the past, like Maya Angelou,
What kind of notes?
or like just seasoned women like Tracy Ellis Ross, Cree Summers. I recently been like studying them, and like not studying them, but like really looking into what they've been saying, their like ideals, their beliefs. I think the generation nowadays could really take notes of what they've said and really
For what not to do?
Understand and apply that to their lives nowadays. I think our generation could learn a lot from them, and I think we need to start tapping back into them and what they're saying. That's the message of today. That's all I gotta say.
Look, see, to them, because she was laying her soul out on the line, that's something. Because she spoke her truth. Her truth, to me, sound like a lot of nonsense. Seriously. It sounds like everything men are saying nowadays. So if you want to learn something, listen to what guys are saying. It's really that simple. Listen to what guys are saying. Certain ladies are saying it as well, but listen, pay attention. Pay attention to everything around you. Don't look at those girls. Like if she would have said, oh yeah, look at them and see what not to do, I would have said, yeah, they should be studied for that purpose. But to look at them and get some insight, like with how to be okay with yourself, like, is that what it's for? Yes. For confidence, but no, not really even for confidence. The lady's confused. Seriously. I felt like I was looking at a 55-year-old, 23-year-old. Lost. Because the girl said, you still, oh, maybe I should talk. I think I may start talking to guys. I'm sitting there like, wow. And certain people don't pick that up. I felt like I was looking at a 55-year-old child. Seriously. It's like, oh, so you knew the guys were wrong and you messed with them anyway. Duh. Insanity. You kept messing with what's wrong for you. If you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results, I use that line all the time because she's insane. And you're going to follow that? Tracy Ellis Ross is insane. You're going to follow that? Yes, guys. I saw this early. This is why I left. This is why. I'm serious about this.
Real talk.
I said, wait a minute. I kept seeing it over and over going,
Something ain't right.
They don't realize, like, I gotta go.
Older women who complain about their man chasing a younger woman was once that younger woman chasing a older man.
Make it make sense.
They wanted someone to take care of them, someone they can benefit of, from. Ain't that about like, ladies, if you're older, think about what your young self was doing to get that and how to keep that man. As you get older, you feel entitled. You feel like, oh, I've been with him for years. I deserve this. I put up with this. I did. Ain't that's what the you supposed to be doing? Because that man is staying, putting up with all your boys, and you deny him.
Not listening.
Of the love you gave when you first got him. Oh, I'm tired. I've been working. I've been doing this. He been working. He been tired. He feel like you my wife, or my woman. You supposed to be giving this time and attention, But y'all don't want to hear it though.
And they won't hear it.
They won't listen. They never listen.
Why?
We're told is that just because you have been in a lot of different relations with men that nobody's ever going to want you, and that is a lie. Like, there's women out here who have had like what men would deem as a high body count, and they still get with them, still wife them up, still take them home to their mom. And it all boils down to is how attractive is that woman to the masses? Do other men still want her? Do other men still want to obtain her? Do other men still want to get with her? As long as other men are still wanting to get with that woman, she's always going to be able to get wiped up. Always. Because men like things to have things that other men want. That is the thing about it. And women are no different. Women to them are just like freaking cars and other collectible items that they want, that other men want. So you're really not even competing against other women in a sense. You're competing against the judgment of other men. For real. That's what it is. So this is just my opinion, okay? Like, take with this information what you want, and I'm not telling anybody to go do anything or to live any certain kind of lives, I'm just saying, like, men are still going to choose what they want.
And who's that? Oh, it's Mr. MVP, Simp!
As long as other men want it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a sucker born every day. So that's what makes that statement right. There's a sucker born every day, a simp every day. We can't stop it, right? The world keeps on turning, primary keeps on burning, and we're going to keep rolling because we can't stop it from happening. But guys are starting to wisen up, and these ladies don't realize it. More and more men every day. It's happening. Another day goes by, 5 more men. Another day goes by, 10 more men. Think about it. As time is going by, guys are being divorced. Guys are being left. A new guy every day is realizing ain't but holds tricks, right? And it's not good to look at it that way, like everyone that way. But when I was younger and I went through my first heartbreak, that's what I would look at it as. Ain't hold tricks. And when I did, that's when I was able to get over it, right? That's when I was able to strive on. I picked up exercising at that age. I was very exercising, but I was going hard. And it changed my life.
this woman and this man, apparently, she went out, they live together, she has kids, she lives in his house, they're not married, and she went and got her tubes tied and decided to let him know after it was done. According to her, the decision was already made. So here's the thing, and here's the thing that I don't think y'all understand. The first rebuttal that she has is, well, you're already a great father figure. Okay, valid. She validated that. Good job. However, you know that this man does not have his own children, and yet he took you and your children in, and as you say, he's been doing a great job. So you decided to take it upon yourself to go get this permanent decision made and tell him he just need to deal with it. And when he's upset and wondering why you didn't talk to him, the next thing you say is, well, I don't see no ring on this finger. Okay. All right, let's go with that, man. You don't have a ring on your finger, and neither does he. Why you shacked up? If he doesn't mean anything to you, if it's just like we're dating and it's cool, why you moved your kids into his house? Why you have this man who, you don't have a ring on your finger, right? You taking all the things that benefit you, but without the ring. But apparently, when it comes to respect, communication, and expectations of making changes that are permanent to your body and his life, you feel like, well, that's a decision I get to make on my own because you didn't put a ring on it. Why did this man put a ring on it? You've already showed who you are. And it's ridiculous because when we really think that you are so entitled to do whatever you want to do and he just need to deal with it. No, ma'am. You were blessed to find a man who took you and your kids in and decided to treat you well and decided to treat your children well. You were blessed to have these things falling into your lap without a ring. And this is how you behave? Oh, I don't want to marry that. That's the first thing that man should say. You know what? Congratulations. She showed you. Keep it pushing, brother. Keep it pushing.
Yeah, and that's exactly why guys aren't doing it because of situations like that, right? Non-appreciative, and he doesn't have access, right? The man doesn't have access to raise the kids how he wants to raise them. It doesn't make sense overall for a man. And then also a man wants to carry his own legacy out, like not raise up some other kid to be his legacy. This is not the 80s when things like that were done.
Those days are over.
I come from a home like that. Seriously. My father wasn't my real father, so I understand it's needed. But nowadays, juice ain't worth the squeeze.
The DM and asked me to talk about a specific topic, so I told him that I would, so here it is. The question was, why is it that some men only date damaged women? And my response to that is this: because it's out of mother convenience. Some men are only going to date certain type of women because it's really convenient for him to date her, because she thinks and vibrates on a lower level. You know, when you date women who really don't necessarily come with that type of past drama and trauma, it really requires you as a man to have to level up. And when some peel back them layers and they realize that they don't even necessarily have the maturity to sustain a real functioning relationship, to date a real mature woman. So some hide out with bitches like that because it's convenient for him. It's in his own likeness. Most of the time when you date somebody that comes with that all of that, it's because they are a reflection of what the you already got going on in your life. You date somebody who brings turmoil because you a tumultuous person, your mother out. That's it, that's all. It's the mother truth. If I work so hard on me to build myself up and take care of me, you think for 1 minute I'm going to invite a mother around me to come tear it all down? No, I'm going to protect it. I'm going to protect it. So 9 times out of 10, when you always be dating who be bringing all of that, because you don't have anything worth protecting. That's it, that's all. Real up. Some guys date low-level, low-vibration females is because it's out of convenience. And it's convenient because she's not going to ask the necessary questions. She's not going to demand certain things from you because she's not even on that level. So when guys be asking, when y'all guys be out here asking, oh, I want this type of female in my life, you got to really have a serious conversation with yourself. Like, am I prepared to invite that type of woman in my life? Because she's not going to come with me with that low vibration. So I'm going to really have to have my together. Because it's going to be real conversations. You're not going to be preoccupied with a going through your mother's phone because she got past boyfriends and baby daddy issues, you know? You're not going to have a female who going to be coming with daddy issues. If daddy wasn't in my life, if that's the case, because I'm a grown woman. And if daddy wasn't there because I wanted him there, he wasn't there, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I like to do with daddy. Let daddy answer to that. But I'm going to keep it pushing. Because I know that I'm looking for is going to be the opposite of what I had in a father. So we're not going to find an excuse. I keep telling y'all before is that people who are truly out here who've been victimized, we don't see ourselves as victims. We see ourselves as survivors. So when you come in as a survivor type of mentality, you don't walk into a situation offering up anything negative to the next person. You're going to always take that as a lesson and move on in a positive direction. So some people hide out with motherfuckers like that is because they don't require them to have to grow. And they choose women like that because that means that if she's not growing, I don't have to grow. And she's not going to peel back them layers to figure out on a mother fraud. A lot of sometimes we talking all of that bullshit like, oh yeah, you know, shorty, I do this and I do that. And then when you get with a real woman, she be like, no, nigga, you ain't that. Yeah, you need to stay with that. You need to stay with them. It's going to require you to have a certain level of maturity dealing with a certain type of woman.
Hold the line. Stay with me.